Hey, what's up guys? So today we'll be installing ON A ZR2 new leveling kit to lift up the front, and we'll be cutting the back portion of the fender so that he can fit his new 33s, as you can see right here. Stay tuned for the video. First things first, I need to remove the wheel. To remove the wheel, I need a 7/8 socket or a 22mm socket. The next step will be to remove the speed sensor line so that it does not get caught or damaged when dropping the knuckle. Up next, I will remove the 3 nuts that hold the shock into the mounting bracket. It's 3 nuts that hold the shock into the mounting bracket, and you will need a 15mm size wrench to get them out. Up next, I'll be removing the 18mm nut that holds the upper control arm into the knuckle. It might be a little hard to remove the upper control arm, so it might be required for you to hit it a couple of times with a hammer to loosen it up. Once the upper control arm is fully apart from the knuckle, go ahead and proceed to remove the nut completely and slowly drop the knuckle. Right here, we'll be removing the 2 bolts that hold the shock. It's a 13mm socket that you need, and also we'll be removing the sway bar links to have access for the knuckle to drop even lower. Up next, we're going to install the 589 fat spacer into the top of the strut. Now we're going to start putting everything back together. The first thing you're going to want to do is to install the upper control arm into the knuckle and do not fully tight the nut. Up next, we're going to install the sway bar links. As you guys can see here, I will be using a 13mm ratchet and a 15mm socket to tighten up the sway bar links. It's not required, but in my opinion, I would recommend adding some thread lock just to keep the nut secure from coming apart. As you guys can see here, I'm adding a little bit of blue thread lock and putting it back into the top of the shock. Now we'll go ahead and install the new bump stops. First, you will need a little pry bar to remove the old bump stop and apply some WD-40 on the new one so that it can go in smoothly. Once you have the bump stop about 60% inside the compartment, make sure that you grab a pry bar and push in to secure it into the tapping locks that it has on top. If you guys have stuck with us this far in the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and share with your friends. Now you guys gonna see me doing the passenger side. We're gonna get ready to start trimming for 33s. Some tips I want to provide to you guys before you start trimming is that you always make sure you wear your safety protection, such as gloves and eye protection, because you don't want to end up in the ER by doing this. Another pro tip I want to give out is that whenever you're cutting with the grinder, you're not standing right in front of the blade just in case it snaps. It does not go towards your body. Where you're gonna want to cut, it's the pinch hole where the fender liner attaches to, and on the fender you're gonna follow the line that is on the inner part of the fender, and you're gonna cut straight into your ridge, almost the outer portion of the fender. As I will show you guys here, I like to make all the lines even, so I'm cutting it at an angle so that it matches the inner portion of the body. Now for the plastic trimming, you're gonna put the trim on top and you're gonna mark it with either a pocket screwdriver, a blade, or a pencil so that you can see the line and know exactly where to cut, as shown here. Some trimming will be required on the fender flare for the ZR2 Colorados in order for the 33's to clear and not rub against anything. It's time to test the 33's to see if there's any rubbing in any of the compartments that we just trimmed. So Javier went from 265, 65, 17 to 285, 70, 17. As you guys can see, this is the difference. Probably like an inch and a half taller. Usually ZR2s are 37 inches from the floor to the top of the fender, but now with the 1-inch lift kit, it's a 39 inches. Alright guys, so I just finished installing Javier's leveling kit on the front and finished cutting the back portion of the fender so that his new 33 is no longer broke. Let's go ahead and ask him what he thinks.
To me personally, the tire looks small, but finally no more rubbing. I really like the 33. But check me out on Instagram, JMV62_.